Alrick Show.
At first, Junior appeared unavailable, but Chevell was determined to get her heart's desire.
The Alrick Show. Inspiration, motivation. One vision, hope to a new generation. Together we can live and learn. Yes, we're one family on the Alrick Show.
Meet Chevell and Junior, a romantic match made in, well, friendship.
When I think about Junior, I just feel happy. I just feel complete, like there's nobody else for me. He's just the perfect guy. It's almost like a negative and positive attraction, you know? It's perfect. And they say nothing is perfect, but I feel like he's just my perfect match.
We share a lot of common interests. She loves to ramp, put it that way. And yeah, we play a lot and you know, joke around.
Anybody knows us, we're always playing around. He's just amazing. I can't even find the words. When you mold a friendship, it gives a lot more value to the relationship in terms of, you know, the intimate side of it. You take away the intimate side of it and then you guys can still be there reasoning about stuff, talk about your day. Yo, you know, say my friend they do this today. I mean, you talk about everything. Is like a bridging and a sister. You talk about everything, and I think that is really important because it builds a bond in the relationship, and it's not all about intimacy all the time.
With Chevell, it's about countering my inadequacies, I think. So sometimes, for example, you know, my bridging can attest to it that I'm a rough person most times, and she counters that. She balances it out, you know, brings a kind of level and that sort of thing. When I met Chevell, it was obviously different. When we just met, we clicked, we connected.
I would say it was buck-ups because I went to the club with my friend, and you know, girl and girl, we go out. She was going out to see her guy, so you know the guys they come with their friends. So she bring for her friend now, so but they say, yo, which one of the guy them gonna set up on Nicky friend, you know? So I went there and they introduced me to this guy, but I never liked that guy, you know, something about him never clicked to me. I'm like, no. Then I looked to the side and I saw Junior with another girl. So I'm like, you know, so the guy that I like. But he was over there to another girl, and I was like, a part of me was like, bummer. And then the next side is like, you know, say, mega want him. So I said it to my friend, and then she told her guy, and then they said, all right, no worry yourself. And then by the time we were going home, we started to talk in the car.
We started playing, and that's unusual. We started playing from in the parking lot that night. It led to texts right until the sun came up that said morning and that sort of thing. So we had an obvious comfortability with each other.
We were just there talking, and it just happened, and it just felt magical, like, whoa, he's really the person, you know, because you feel like, I don't know, something. We went on a lot of dates. I remember we used to go to one specific place, Carlos Cafe, because, you know, him and the guys, I used to link up there a lot. So he used to say, yo, but Carlos, come now. Yeah, your friend come roll and whatever. And we used to then play pool and we chill and whatever. We used to go there a lot. And then there was this one time, I don't remember if we went to the club or dinner or what, but I knew we were in Marketplace, that fiction parking lot. And then we were just playing. Remember we were playing racing and run up and down in the parking lot like some pitney, and everybody looked at me like, you know, it just came so natural. It's like I knew him years ago. And
it just led to us, you know, growing and developing.
And the couple's growth and development would occur, but not before one major obstacle, a breakup.
We were on and off throughout the years, you know. We met and, you know, we know the spark, and then we broke up a number of times, saw other people. And I mean, I was young, still trying to, gain experience, go out there and test the waters and everything. So I would say I didn't exactly know what I wanted, but I knew how I felt about him. One thing that I think was very important throughout the relationship, we kept contact.
Even if we weren't, in proximity and weren't seeing each other, we would keep in touch via text or whatever it is and that sort of thing. And it even got to the point where it was simply just, hey, how you doing? You're okay? Sort of text. And I remember that something that's never happened to me with any other person that I've ever dated.
No matter who I was seeing, no matter who he was seeing, he called me now and then, you're good, this person treating you right, who you seeing, what's going on with you.
You're not married yet, you know what I mean? You're pregnant, that sort of thing. So yeah, we kept in touch over the years, and as I said, it's really something that I can't necessarily explain, but it's a connection that was totally different and really something that I've never experienced before.
He would have dreams about me, and he would call me, are you okay? I dreamt that you were sad. And
the dreams were actually a reflection of, in some cases, of what she was actually going through. So, we kept saying that it was weird how the dream would be similar to what was actually going on with her and that sort of thing.
I remember this one time I was just crying because I was overwhelmed about a whole heap of stuff, and he just called me to the blues. He said that he had a dream that I was sitting out on like a bridge crying all alone, and he came and just touched me on my shoulder, and I'm like, I've been going through a lot and I'm just here crying. He's like, oh, I just felt it, I just had a dream. And over the years, it's always been like that. It's just a crazy connection. I think he's my soulmate, no doubt about it. I keep saying to him, like, this is just beyond our flesh. I feel like our spirits are married somewhere else, The connection is just amazing, totally amazing. But I remember this one time we drifted and stuff, and then we started to talk back, getting back, and he just sent me a text and he started to pour out his heart and how when he's with other girls, he's just thinking about me and he feels incomplete, and he wants back his woman. And I think that's where we realized that, hey, we need to take another step, This is where we need to come back together and be serious and work on the relationship, and that's when, I realized that he was serious.
I just condition my mind and know that this is where I should be and this is what I want, to man up and to make that step.
It was the same for me in terms of feeling incomplete, because as I said before, from I met him, I felt this connection, and moving past a lot of things over the years, I'm like, I kept comparing other guys to him, and I'm like, he's not like Junior. Junior would do this, Junior would say this, Junior would talk to me like this, and it just felt like, no, I needed to, find him back. I needed to get back to that place. So even when I was okay with somebody else, I had it in the back of my head that, I'm going to spend the rest of my life with Junior, no matter what. That's where I want to be. And I kept believing that no matter what. And then that day when he messaged me, I was like, wow, I'm just going to do this because it makes sense. This is how I feel, and he's telling me that he feels the same way. So might as well we just, do it. Forget about everybody else and just build a relationship.
We take a break. When we come back, more from Chevell and Junior.
The Alrick Show. The Alrick Show.
7 years after they met, fell in love, and eventually drifted apart, Chevell and Junior are recommitted. It's Chevell's birthday, and Junior has plans.
He planned the whole birthday thing because it was approaching my birthday. So I came home. As he said, I was abroad. I came home and he brought me straight to the hotel. So he planned everything. So one night I'm there, my birthday night, and somebody knocks on the door. Hey, are you ready for your private dinner? I'm like, my what? So he's like, yeah, man, I'm here to take it to your private dinner. So I get ready now. I was partially ready because, it's my birthday. So I was already, glammed and everything. So he came with a rose and everything and took me on the beach. And when I went there and saw the setting, I was like, wow. Dinner on the beach, the water rushing up, the candles, it was just beautiful. And I was like, okay, this is a nice dinner, So I had the desserts. And there were some candles in it, so I blew the candles and everything now because I was always snapping. So he's like, let me give you something to snap, So he went over to the side now to light back the candles. So while he was coming over, he said, you snap on, you snap on. So I'm like, yeah, man, I'm snapping. And so by the time he put on the plate, is a ring. I said, Jesus, I started screaming at the whole place. I was like, babe, you wake up the whole hotel.
Yeah.
And then at that point, he asked me, and I was like, oh my God, I just cried. It was just amazing.
I really had to struggle to get the question in based on how she was reacting and sort of thing. So, yeah, but yeah, man, it was perfect. One time we went to a couple of the jewelry stores and that sort of thing. So, we went there looking at other stuff, and then we went over to that section and they said, boy, so,
And he saw what I was looking at. And he actually got the ring that I loved.
Yeah.
I was just looking at my finger the whole time. I mean, I still do it sometimes, when I sit down, like, oh, wow, I'm engaged, like, oh, wow, this is it, And then I posted a video on Instagram so everybody saw. But I texted my mom and my dad personally and told them, and they were so excited. And even in my little group, I'll come out random sometimes and be like, guys, I'm actually getting married to the person that I'm really in love with. And they're like, oh, this is so random, because sometimes reality hits you and you're like, wow, he's really the guy for me, and I'm so happy that I'm with him, We spend a lot of time together, even though we live apart now. We spend a lot of time together. So we kind of have an idea what it's going to be like when we actually move in together. We know the do's and the don'ts for each other. We know the peeves and all of that. So I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I want a dream wedding, a fantasy wedding, something so soft and heavenly. Gold, soft peach, blush, that kind of look. And I believe I'm working towards it. I'm just hoping for the best. I'm just hoping that everything will work out.
Without having the experience of marriage before, we understand that happy wife, happy life. So, whatever she wants.
Their recommitment meant the resetting of priorities and clearing the road to their new life, a life of marriage.
I think one of our first priorities would be the current living situation. I'm living and working in on the other side of the island. So that's something that we're definitely prioritizing. And then from there, as I said, we're just stabilizing and building on a good family platform. So we've been fortunate to have good examples of the family-oriented lifestyle and that sort of thing in both our parents and that sort of things.
Even though we live apart now, we spend a lot of time together. So we kind of have an idea what it's going to be like when we actually move in together. We know the do's and the don'ts for each other. We know the peeves and all of that. So I don't think it's going to be that difficult. I've always been a jealous person. In this relationship, I don't feel the need to be jealous most of the times because I trust him and we communicate a lot. And we have a level relationship that, okay, he'll come to me and say, babe, no matter what, I'll go out there and see girls that are nice, but I know that, okay, that's it, she look good and that's it. I have no thoughts, He knows his limits, so I don't really get jealous that much, I'd say.
Well, sometimes my friends and I we run a joke to say, boy, Chevell kind of psycho sometimes. But in a sense that, in a sense that, right, in that sense, jealousy is something that, you have to be very careful with jealousy. It can even seem like a shackle in a relationship. And as I said, we've talked about a lot of stuff. So she knows where my head is. I know where her head is. And as far as worrying about what can happen and that sort of thing, I think, it's a level of comfort with each other to know that she's on her end, she's holding up the relationship on her side, and I'm doing the same on my side. As I said, my friends and I, we have this inside joke where we talk about the one burner lifestyle, and it is something that, as I said, we're doing it, and persons say, boy, they didn't know that it can be done and that sort of thing and whatever it is. But I mean, as I said, we're committed. If you want it to work, you have to do what you need to make it work. We've been through a lot. So even based on our experiences and that sort of thing, we've been through a lot of trials. I don't know what we haven't faced before. And, we've overcome them so far. And I know that there will be challenges in the future because we have no guarantees in a lot of regards, but at the end of the day, there's a security to know that we are both working towards a common interest and a common goal. So with that said, we're looking forward to not necessarily the challenges, although in some senses challenges they kind of forge the bond and make it even stronger. So as I said, we're going through.
Coming up,
The two became one.
The Alrick Show. The Alrick Show.
Before this show was aired, Chevell and Junior tied the knot in June 2017. They are now Mr. and Mrs. Blackwood. Saturday, June 3, 2017 will forever be remembered by Chevell and Junior. On that day, the two became one. Sandal's White House was colored in gold, blush, pink, and white. While Junior stood nervously, yes, nervously, Chevell took a slow walk to the altar, accompanied by her father, Richard Powell. Nine months after walking down the aisle, the couple welcomed baby Savannah. Even before the wedding, Chevell and Junior were experiencing the joys and challenges that come with marriage.
I think most men like a traditional woman, so she balances, looking good with being a homemaker type of person, that sort of thing. So most persons look forward to that. Most persons, I think, most men look forward to having a woman that plays and fulfills the roles and that sort of thing. That, as I said, is really somewhat in a traditional sense, but at the same time is driven and that sort of thing. So she's a mixture of tradition with modern type of thing.
I really enjoy taking care of him because he's my man, and I feel like his woman when I do certain things for him. We're going out and like, babe, what shirt are you wearing? And funny enough, he's the type of guy that will come and say, babe, what am I wearing today? And I like that, I like the fact that he values my opinion. So I say, okay, babe, wear that with that. And he's like, all right. And I like to iron. I love to cook for him. I love when he's pleased, so I do everything to make sure that he's happy. He's the man in the relationship, and sometimes I'd say it gets to me because he doesn't back down when it comes to certain things. He's very competitive, very. He competes with everything, and sometimes it gets to me. And I won't even say it's not that I don't like it, but I just that's just him, and I have to accept that. Junior compete, who eat neater, who everything. But that's just his personality, and sometimes, it's funny.
If she's upset about something, then as I said, we'll pick up on that. She, of course, the tone, stuff that she's saying, that sort of thing. That's probably the only time. Sometimes I hear her voice kind of, go up a bit and that sort of thing. And as I say, it's just about trying to mitigate any sort of snowballing. Like we don't allow it to build and to keep on festering. So we'll have issues and we'll talk about it and that sort of thing. Sometimes we'll have issues where we say, okay, I'll talk to you later, right? And then cool off period, that sort of thing, and then we'll talk about it later. And we still work around those as well.
I'm really looking forward to our life together. And I'm ready to take on whatever challenges, whatever obstacles. And I'm so happy that you're in my life. You are my soulmate, and there's nobody else for me. I can't even explain the way how I feel sometimes when I think about you. It just warms my heart. I get butterflies, sometimes even tears, when reality really hits me that I'm actually getting married to that one person, the only person I saw, my life with. And I'm grateful that you're a part of my life. I don't even want to get out here, but I'm really in love with you, and it only gets better from here.
I appreciate the journey that we've been on. I've learned a lot, I think. It's about experiences, and I know it's also about objectives and where we see ourselves in down the road. And we've talked about that old school and that old type of love. And I think that I couldn't have a better partner to look forward to. I know that when it comes to, even while I'm not around you physically, you're always in my thoughts. So from the random messages that I send to inspiring me, I think, to write little verses and that sort of thing. There's a reason why a lot of persons look at our relationship and say it's an example of what relationships should be. And I appreciate the fact that I've been given the opportunity to share this experience with you. And I look forward to the journey. I look forward to the milestones that we have to accomplish and to pass. If this is what love is, then, you know, this is what I want to continue to experience. Molly. Gosh.
I love you. I really wanted to cry. You can't want it.
It's just an amazing experience to be in love, and I know that you now have some answers to make your relationship better. Join us next week for another Alrick show. Take care of yourself.